What if the very place that protects and nurtures wild animals became a danger to them? What if a deadly virus, one that has claimed countless lives around the world, found its way into the heart of zoos? From the pristine enclosures of tigers, lions, and leopards, to the heart of every living being, this virus is spreading. And it's not just humans who are at risk. The animals we cherish and protect are now facing a silent killer. In this video, we will dive into the chilling outbreak of H5N1 Avian Influenza in US zoos, the mystery behind its spread, and why scientists are increasingly worried that it could wipe out endangered species. Stay tuned as we uncover the devastating effects of this virus on both wildlife and humans, and the lessons we need to learn to protect all living creatures. Recently, the United States has seen a shocking outbreak of H5N1 avian influenza. This highly pathogenic subtype of the avian flu has spread rapidly, not just infecting humans, but also threatening wildlife. For scientists, this is not just another viral outbreak, it's a potential disaster. While millions of poultry have been affected, something even more disturbing has been happening. The virus has started to spread among the animals in zoos. The first reports came in from a zoo in San Francisco. Staff noticed that birds were dying under strange circumstances. The cause? H5N1 avian influenza. But how did this virus, which typically affects birds, make its way into an enclosed environment like a zoo? At first, it seemed like an isolated case, but then, reports from multiple zoos across the United States began flooding in. Tigers, lions, cheetahs, majestic and powerful animals were falling victim to the virus. What was even more terrifying was how quickly the virus was spreading. From the wild animal world near Phoenix, Arizona, to the San Francisco Zoo, the disease was spreading fast. Cheetahs, cougars, bar-headed geese, and even kingfishers died within days of infection. So how did this virus, typically found in birds, start to impact zoo animals so violently? Scientists believe the answer lies with wild birds, migratory birds in particular. Wild birds carrying the virus make their way through zoo environments, especially during migration season. These birds often stop to rest or search for food in zoo habitats. And once they interact with the animals in captivity, the virus begins to spread. This form of transmission is what worries experts. Once the virus enters a zoo, it moves fast. The H5N1 virus can spread through the air, through direct contact with infected birds, and even through their excrement. When a zoo animal comes into contact with these infected materials, the virus can travel quickly, affecting even the largest and strongest animals. Zoos across the country have taken immediate action. When they discover an infected wild bird, they shut down aviaries and quarantine any animals that may have been exposed. But this is just a band-aid solution. The problem is bigger than they could have ever anticipated. With more and more animals infected, scientists are now sounding the alarm about the long-term impact of this outbreak. Endangered species, already struggling to survive, are now facing the added threat of H5N1. Bengal tigers, clouded leopards, and other vulnerable animals are dying from the infection, and there is a growing fear that this virus could push these species even closer to extinction. So why is this happening? Why is avian influenza spreading so rapidly, and why are the outbreaks more frequent than ever before? The answer lies in a complex web of factors. The virus itself is highly mutable, constantly changing to evade the immune systems of its hosts. As it spreads, it evolves, becoming even harder to control. Meanwhile, the growth of the poultry industry has created the perfect breeding ground for the virus. More and more animals are being packed together, making it easier for the virus to spread. But that's not all. Human activities have also played a significant role. As we destroy natural habitats and push wildlife further into human territories, the opportunities for wild birds to interact with livestock and humans have increased. This means more chances for the virus to jump from birds to poultry, from poultry to mammals, and eventually to us. Climate change is another key factor. As temperatures rise and weather patterns shift, migratory birds are being forced to adjust their routes. This brings them into contact with new areas, spreading the virus further and faster than ever before. The rise of H5N1 avian influenza is not just a problem for the animals in our zoos. It's a global issue that affects both wildlife and humans. If we are to prevent future outbreaks and protect the creatures we love, we must take immediate action. This means protecting natural habitats, improving biosecurity in agriculture, and addressing the broader environmental changes that are making these outbreaks more frequent. Together, we can ensure that future generations of animals, whether in the wild or in our care, will survive and thrive. But first, we must understand the deadly risks they face and the role we play in their survival.